From the ball stop to full push, Adelaide. So free to Adelaide, I think.
Well, Alex Neil-Bullen not happy. Perfect front and square goal. That would have been his fourth for the afternoon. Instead, it's coming back to the Crows.
Today, a lot of the ball. He's had a wonderful season. So's Laird, so's Crouch. A couple of injuries for Crouch. He's had a lot of numbers today, Crouch. I don't feel like he's had a huge impact, do you?
34 disposals, 7 clearances. They're great numbers, but he's probably been the only midfielder that...
Yeah, he needed someone else around him to have an impact, I guess, doesn't he? Atkins, little ball forward, belted away. Greenwood searching. Greenwood's grandfather, by the way. Gallucci going forward as he kicked it up. Greenwood's grandfather, by the way, on the maternal side, played 99 games for Melbourne and was in the 1950s under Norm Smith in those premierships he played. Bill Lane told me all about this, Tim Lane, the 55, 56, 57 flags.
That's right.
And then went home after 99 games when they were beaten by Melbourne in 1958.
Thanks, Darcy, right there.
On mum's side of the family, so a real Melbourne connection there for Hughie Greenwood.
Hasn't Neville Jetta turned into a terrific footballer? Nearly gave the game away at the end of 2013 when he was delisted and given a second chance by Paul Roos. He's become a brilliant defender.
Go.
So they're told to go here, Melbourne.
You, mate, you.
And that's a good kick. Penetrating, low ball. Hogan unselfishly to McDonald, who'll run in and kick the goal. He's second, and Melbourne back out by 71.
They're a very unselfish footy club. We've seen it on display so far today. They remind me a lot of Geelong through the 2000s in terms of, certainly haven't got the silverware yet, but their ability to spread the love and do it naturally. It's not forced.
Yeah.
They're enjoying their footy. They love getting everyone involved, and that mark by Hogan is mark number 16 inside 50 for the Ds. They're number 1 in the competition. They average 15, so
it's good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's potent.
There was some doubt on Tom McDonald coming into this game, but he's got through okay. Looks pretty good, look good today.
Just thinking about quarters one and that consecutive run. I've been interesting this last quarter, but BT and Brownie, and for all those Melbourne fans, this is the first time since 2002 Melbourne have kicked 20 goals in consecutive matches.
Wow.
So we're going back 16 seasons. I mean, you just feel it's all happening, don't you, for the Ds?
This is their coming out day to day, Bruce. There's no,
I agree.
you know, the last 4 weeks they've played really good footy against average opposition, but they have come out big time here today. And this is now, you look at Melbourne and say they are a threat this year. There's no doubt about that. They could actually win.
And Tom McDonald off a step, missing. So just work out the scores for the final quarter, because they'd won, what, 17 consecutive quarters, Melbourne?
Yes.
3 goals to 2.
Okay, so Adelaide leading.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wonder if Melbourne can have the clean sweep again. The Grand Slam for the 4th consecutive week.
Yeah. Today, Jacobs. So 4.5 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time here as Gorn rips it away. Runs towards goal. He wanted that one for himself, and in the end, a minor score for the big fella. Their jumpers look great. Adelaide not wearing theirs today as an instruction. Bit clashy with what Melbourne had on, so they will wear theirs as next week as part of today.
What a mark!
Yeah, it was a good mark from Fogarty, wasn't it?
Fantastic grab. This young boy, he was 19 on Friday. This is a fabulous mark.
Good step ladder as well in Max Gawn. He got over the top of him.
Yeah, I reckon he might have had the hands in the back.
Well, it's a funny thing. We're allowed, if you take the mark like that, it's quite a...
Yeah, that's true.
How do you explain that to someone who's watching the game for the first time?
Yeah.
Salem kicks to Vince. Daisy's talked about his contribution. He's always been a beautiful kick, Bernie. Have a look at that. To Harms, and then Harms quickly down that line. Hannon, that's a strong mark, isn't it? Attack the footy.
Play on!
And then Hannon unloads to full forward. Melcham was there. Gibson. Ball building away. Down low, Viney. How good he's been. Petrarca gets it back to Smith. Lewis clever. Back to Brayshaw. So what's the scores in the last quarter, BT?
3-2, Adelaide's way.
And what about points? So if Brayshaw kicks this, have Melbourne won the quarter?
Oh, now you're asking a trick. 1 point down, Bruce. 1 point down.
If he kicks this?
Yep.
Okay, thanks, BT.
A great kick into the middle of the ground by Bernie Vince as well. It just opened up so many more possibilities on that far side.
Gee, Brayshaw's been as good as probably anyone out there today as well, hasn't he?
Yep, he's been very good.
35 disposals coming up.
Gee. So career-high disposals and kicks his second goal, Brayshaw, and that equals his career high. He's had a magnificent day.
Great finish. Great to see him just back playing football after so many horrific head knocks. And
he copped a bad knock when he came back, didn't he? And sort of, I think it gave him the confidence.
Yeah.
He didn't have the concussion problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's one of the reasons why Melbourne are a genuine threat this year.
2006, Bruce, was the last time Melbourne won 5 in a row. And it was 2 weeks after that run of 5 games, 5 consecutive games, that Nathan Jones debuted.
Gee whiz, eh?
He just missed the run of 5. He missed the run of 4 as well, obviously. And a debut shortly after. So it gives you a bit of an idea how long. Jones next week will play his 250th game for the Demons. Alice Yeoman has tried pretty hard today, I reckon. Little quick flick handball. Oliver just enjoyed that. He had a smile on his face as he was dishing it out.
He sure did.
Didn't he?
Smiling assassin, eh?
Yeah. Fritsch, Brayshaw, all combining with Hibberd with that stumpy little left foot down the throat of Salem was just superb. And Salem now just puts it out in front here of Viney, is able to adjust his pace as he comes to the footy.
What a game from Viney today. That second up syndrome hasn't worked, has it?
34 touches for him today. Hogan!
Great grab. Again, the Adelaide defenders playing from in front. I might be a little bit old school, but I'd prefer to be on his back hip because we know he's got a great leap at the footy, and you just leave yourself exposed there to do exactly what happened.
15 going, Jesse.
So he's kicked 4 today, Jesse Hogan. Not sure where you start this one, Brownie, but probably the middle would be a good spot.
Straight at the goal umpire, and this will win the quarter for Melbourne as well.
The trees are barely moving. To keep this run of consecutive winning quarters going, Jesse Hogan, no problems. Goal number 5. He's happy, he's delighted.
And it's been at least one in every quarter for him, BT.
Yes.
So he's maintained the standard all the way through this match. I mean, he's got to be in the mix for best player,
Well,
hasn't he?
he's kicked 5.
How many disposals?
He's handballed the first goal of the game off to Petraka. He handballed one off to the McDonald when he sprinted past him, and he played on the 3/4 time siren. So
yeah, he's had a big day.
he could have quite easily kicked 7 or 8 today.
Percentage is still creeping up, Bruce. We're at 85-point margin now.
So the same percentage as the Eagles.
Yes.
I mean, that's telling. Richmond have got a very good... And then look at the gap now between the top 3 and the next lot in terms of percentage.
Yeah.
And that could be telling going later in the year. It's actually been a complete performance, hasn't it? It's real, from the word go, they kicked the first 4 goals. We came here thinking 2 top 4 teams. Fascinating to see where they all sit. How will Jakey Lever play? Are Melbourne the real deal? Well, Jakey Lever, he made a statement early, and you know what? They're the real deal, all right? They're terrific. They're great to watch, and they're darn hard to beat at the moment. And I'm just thinking about Queen's birthday with Neil Danaher and all that.
Yeah.
How many people do you reckon they're going to get?
And they've answered all those questions. This could be the first time for a long time that Melbourne Collingwood Queen's birthday gets a crowd of 70 to 80,000.
I reckon they'll get 90 there.
One thing they've refused to do over the last 5 weeks is when they've got in front and been dominating, taken their foot off the throat of the opposition, they've just continued,
15 going.
which is a really good sign.
Well, it's going to be Adelaide's heaviest defeat.
If he kicks
Since
this will be his
Don Pike.
3rd goal.
Yeah, career high.
This could get him into the best on ground category we were speaking of, Bruce.
So Adelaide's heaviest defeat under Don Pike. Melbourne having the most magnificent day in the heart of the nation, and it doesn't get any better than that. Brayshaw career highs, left, right and centre. Hogan starred, and so did 21 others. What a statement they've made, the D's.
It's the emblem for me and for